Hey everyone, it's Jana Verbakel-Leach, realtor in London, Ontario. Thanks so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this that help to make you a more informed consumer in today's very confusing real estate marketplace. This is the time of year that a lot of people are thinking about listing their home, and one of those decisions you need to make is who will you choose to represent you in this transaction. For a lot of people, selling your home is typically the largest transaction that you will deal with in your life. So it makes sense that you would want to have someone leading the charge that you trust and that you know will deliver results. And so I wanted to break this video into 3 parts. Otherwise, I warn you, it's going to be super long. So I'm going to try to keep this short. The 3 parts are going to be track record. Second will be approach. And third is the general fit and some things that you might want to consider in this kind of long-term relationship you're about to enter into. So today's video is all about track record and what types of questions can you ask to uncover or peel back the layers of that agent. With social media, I will say as realtors, we have the ability to make ourselves appear to be the top producer, the rock star, without using those words. And you know, there's some agents that are phenomenal at social media, but being phenomenal at social media may not make you phenomenal at selling houses. And I think that's where it's a really important distinction. So some of the questions that you might want to ask that person are about their actual results. So how many houses have you sold this past year? And you always want to compare that, I think, to the average or to the other agents that you're dealing with. So right now, the average number of houses sold by an agent in the city is about 7. So are you dealing with someone who is an average agent and selling 7 houses? Or are you dealing with someone who is involved full-time in this business and maybe selling 20 or 30 or 40 or 50 or 60 or more houses per year? That will really give you a first inclination into how active this person actually is in our industry. So the second thing you'll want to know is what types of results have they delivered. So especially when you're listing your house, you want to know how many of your listings expire. And now, why is that important? Well, when you're interviewing agents, you'll get all kinds of different opinions about price, about strategy. And price, unfortunately, if you hear an agent quote you a price that's $20,000 or $50,000 higher than the other agent or the other 2 agents, it's hard to feel like that person isn't going to deliver. But the reality is their numbers will show you if they will deliver. So expired listings in this past year should be extremely low. It was a year where, unless you were completely asleep at the wheel, listings were selling. So very important question to ask. The second thing you'll want to, or the third thing I guess you'll want to ask, is what their list to sale price ratio is. So what does that mean? If they listed a home for $500,000, what did it sell for? So good agents will have these stats available for you. Now, the interesting thing about London last year is that the average was right around 101%. So on average, listings should have sold for 1% or 101% of the asking price. So if that agent walks in and says, well, I sell my listings for 99% of the asking price, that's terrible for this last year. 5 years ago, that stat would have been super impressive. But in these past 12 months we've had, that is not good compared to the average. So that will also give you an indication of how well do they price your home to sell it. Now, along with the sale price to list price ratio, you'll want to know what their average days on market stat is. So how long on average will it take them to sell your home? Now, again, citywide, that average was right around 20 days. So if they are taking on average 30 days or 50 days or 45 days to sell a listing, I would want to know why. And it's probably because they're not adequately preparing your listing, they're overpricing your listing. There's a reason that their numbers are outside of the norm. So looking for an agent who is either at the average or well below the average, combined with their list to sale price ratio, combined with how many of their listings expired, combined with the number of actual transactions they were involved in, will start to give you a very clear picture of who actually has the stats to back up what they're advertising and who's out there basically just with a bunch of smoke and mirrors looking like a rock star. So anyway, in the next video, I'm going to talk about approach and some of the things that you should consider. Thanks for watching.